our judge, the two competitive chambers, the audience at large, good evening. I'm the first speaker from the affirmative side, and I will begin in 3, 2, 1. This House would introduce legal framework that allows men to reclaim dowry payments in cases of divorce, and I'll begin by explaining the key words. Legal framework, a set of beliefs, ideas that are used as the basis for making judgment and decisions allowed by the law. Dowry, money or property a husband must pay to his wife's family when they get married. Divorce, the legal end of marriage, and reclaim, to get something that has been lost or taken away lawfully. And we as the government, we understand this resolution in our own way as this House would introduce a lawfully allowed set of rules that accepts men to get back the money or property they paid to their wife's family at the legal end of marriage. And currently in Uganda, men are not allowed to reclaim the dowry after divorce.
POI.
Not allowed. Wait. The government would partner with the Parliament, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ministry of Finance, and religious and traditional leaders to put this policy that allows men to reclaim half of the dowry after divorce. Imagine you're a man and you marry someone. After that time, you ask for a divorce. And remember, from the day I married you, right now we as the government, we are men. So from that time I married you, I've spent a lot of money on you. So you're telling me that you're going to leave me without compensating for what we have been sharing. So our timeline is 1 year to make sure that this policy that allows men to reclaim half of the dowry is done, and our budget is 1 billion for this policy. And also, I believe that this policy of ours is workable because right now we are sponsored by the ministries, like Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ministry of the Parliament, the religious and the traditional leaders. Allowed.
Do you believe in depreciation of resources?
Sorry?
Do you believe in depreciation of resources?
I don't. So the government, in partnership with the Parliament, my Ministry of Finance, and the Court of Uganda, will implement this policy of allowing men to reclaim half of their dowry after divorce. To reclaim half of the dowry after divorce, and it will implement the policy that requires women to pay half of the dowry of the money got on sharing the property. So here we mean that we the government, we men, like imagine right now I'm a man, so I'm going to marry a lady. So after some time, if we decide to divorce, the lady is going to take half of the property and the man is going to take half of the property. And dear judges, we are going to affirm our resolution with the following points. It favors both men and the girl's family since not all is taken, and it provides a room for compensation for money lost by the man during sharing of the property. Dear judges, affirmers, negators will rest our case.
Thank you so much. Can we have the first apology?
I begin 3, 2, 1 panel. This house would introduce a legal framework that allows men to reclaim dowry payments in case of divorce. In the first case, I do not agree to the definition of dowry that the affirmers come and lay to us. For them, they say that dowry is property or money that a man must pay to the side of the bride. But then for us, we define dowry as form of appreciation, any form of appreciation a man gives to the bride's family. So in this case, they come and tell us that for them, they are opting for men to go and reclaim half of the dowry. They say half of the dowry they paid. Reclaiming it, they also continue and tell us that for them, they are saying women should pay for the dowry. But then for us, we come and we show you, we pay to a world whereby a man, after giving the token of appreciation, because for us, we say it's a token of appreciation. Okay, let's go to the tune for us where they tell us that a man must pay money or must give money to the side of the wife. Okay, after giving the money, but then remember, this man is giving the money to the parent side, to the bride's side, whereby we have the father, we have the mother, and even the other relatives that take part of this share. So we find out that the dowry is divided by the family members of this person. So in this case, we believe that this reclaiming of property is going to cause chaos. It's going to be more problematic due to the fact that this property or this dowry that they are claiming has already been shared by many members of the family, where we have the uncles and the aunties of the bride. So reclaiming it will cause more chaos in the family. Okay, let's continue. They come and tell us that for them, this by reclaiming property, they come and tell us that currently in Uganda men are not allowed. But then what do we have in the current situation? We have the sharing of property after divorce, and we are still negative. We think that's the best alternative and we should keep with that instead of introducing a new policy that is more problematic. First of all, for us, we ask them, do you believe in depreciation of property? They say no. But then what is the meaning of depreciation? First of all, if for them they continue with their policy, what will it mean? It will mean that they are making ladies commodities. They are commodifying ladies and making them objects for sale. For exchange, they are exchanging. I give you money, you give me your lady, you give me your daughter. After me getting tired of your daughter, I give you back your daughter, and we share half of what I had given you. That's what they are trying to paint to us. That's their world that for them they are talking about. But then for us, we paint to a world whereby the men are at fault of this divorce. Men have caused the divorce, and whereby the men are taking the advantage due to the fact they know after the divorce they will be able to go and get the compensation for them they call. Something that is really long. And for us, the other thing that we say, take a look of a marriage that people have spent, they have been a married couple for over 20 years. And after the divorce, after 20 years, quote as well, after 20 years, after a man comes to take the property. But then remember, this lady who you are claiming to give you property, this lady has lost value. A lady over has 10 kids. And you remember, as she's coming back, she has already lost value, so it means even she won't be respected in the community. Because first of all, you test the lady after the divorce, and the other thing, she won't be respected because she will come back at her home. And even you will come back, first of all, during the introduction, when you are bringing the diary, there were people in the community who saw you. Now you are coming back to pick the diary. Something that is more problematic, and it's causing shame and making ladies be disrespected in the community, making them objects and making them objects of self. But then for us, if we come and we talk about, for us, we see that this policy, why we say it's problematic, it's going to make ladies depreciated. In the case, let me give you an example of a shirt. I go in a shop, I pick a shirt. After using it for a certain period of time, I go back to the shop where I bought it from. I give them back that shirt. I'm like, I'm tired of it, and they give me a refund. They give me 50% of what I had given them. Is that making? Is it bringing sense or value to what we are trying to do? But then for us, what we say, for us, this is in no case of, first of all, this thing, it's laying on one side. And whereby for us, our main objective is to promote gender equality. But then what have we been having in place? We have been having sharing of property and something that has been able to promote gender equality in this. But then for them, the policy they bring in the other side of the world, in their world they form to us, it's a policy that it's only working for the men. But then even we have conditions that will make this policy to promote more gender imbalance, whereby we have the time whereby people have been in marriage for a long period of time, whereby we also have you find the divorce is brought to the fact of the man's fault, whereby the man is the one who is at rock and just wants to take the advantage. The other thing, we see that in this case of theirs, in the world that they paint to us of reclaiming property, we see that it will increase domestic violence, where men will feel that they can acquire their dowry at any time, even whatever circumstance it is. You find due to the fact that a man is tired of you, a man has got another person, probably outside marriage, but then due to the fact that he knows, even if right now I don't have the money to pay for this woman's dowry that I've got, if I'm able to chase you and we are able to get a divorce, first of all, I'll be able to get 50% of my property, which means he's well assured that after our divorce, I'll be able to marry another person using even the 50% that you have given me from whatever, even minus the fact of understanding that ladies are losing value in this case. Something else, they come and tell us that for them, in their world, for them that they come and tell us that in their world, after the reclaiming of the dowry, though they come and just tell us that there will be half sharing of the dowry, of 50, of half of the dowry. If I had given 100, you give me back 50. For them, we show us, even they fail to tell us how workable their policy is, due to the fact that they don't tell us the ministry that they are using. They only come and tell us, and we believe that this issue is a fact of the Ministry of Gender, something that did not give us their body. My second speaker will come, rebuild our cases, rebut, total rebut, third speaker will go the debater.
Thank you so much. Our dear judge, the affirmers, the negators, the august house, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you. I'm the second affirmer, and I'll be bringing out my opinions on the place 3, 2, 1. Firstly, I would like to remind the negators of our solution today as the government. We're saying that we want to introduce a legal framework that allows men to reclaim dowry payments in cases of divorce. And our dear negators, there is something that you're not understanding. There is a difference between half and full. And in what we have brought unto you today, we have not said that we are going to reclaim all the dowry payments, and we have not told you when. That's why we are bringing you the fact. So I'm trying to say that we are reclaiming half dowry payment, and we are reclaiming it when actually you divorce. When you divorce, you get the chance to share your property. So in sharing your property, you share your property half. If the lady takes half and the man takes half, we are saying that since they gave the girl dowry in the first place, and they are taking half, let the man also get money by splitting from the money they have shared. Maybe you've been having a house, you're splitting up, you sell it. When you get 2 million, 1 million is for the lady, another one is for the man. And when the lady gets that million, you have to give your husband another half of it, because firstly he gave you the things. And you're saying that we are not telling you we are not telling you the workability of we are not telling you the workability of our policy. But let me tell you, there is no existing policy as that. We are the government, we have the abilities to do anything. If we bring out the policy, it means we are going to make it. We shall not hurt the parents of the child. You're allowed.
Do you agree to the fact that in the first place dowry is given as a form of appreciation and not transition of objects?
Thank you so much. That's what I'm bringing to you. Just because I gave it to your parents as a token of appreciation, I don't want to insult your mother again. So I'm bringing out a policy that you yourself, you should bring the half after we split up. Please get us well, and thank you for supporting us. And another thing I'm trying to say that it is justified because we are working as the government, we are working in partnership with the Ministry of Finance, Internal Affairs, Parliament, religious and traditional leaders to allow men to reclaim half of their dowry after divorce. And we, as the government and in partnership with the Ministry of Finance, we shall implement a policy that requires you to pay half of the dowry, as I've said, from the money sharing from the property. It's not that you only be having the house, you shall be having other things. So, and in most cases, I want you to see this. When actually people divorce, it's the man who takes care of the children. So, if he's going to pay the fees for them, it means you have to again pay him the money. It means you have to pay him the money again, so that he can also be favored. We are bringing gender equality, not this act of the man paying dowry, and after all, if you're not interested, you just go, you don't know why he removed the things. Even if it is given as a token of appreciation, he still needs to also be appreciated because he did that to you. And another thing, allowed.
May you please differentiate dowry and matrimonial property?
Okay, thank you. Dowry is the money or property given to the parents of the girl when she's going to get married. And you're telling me to differentiate dowry and
Matrimonial property.
And matrimonial property is the property that couples have and own when they are married, e.g. houses. And our policy is supportive because under Article 26, Clause 2, it allows compulsory taking of position to make provision of prompt payment at fair and adequate compensation. I think you know the meaning of compensation: to compensate, to repay back. And the Constitution allows us that it allows compulsory taking of position to make provision for prompt payment and fair and adequate compensation. And the benefit of our policy is we are not going to bring, you're saying we are going to bring chaos in the society. How? If actually I paid dowry to your parents, I'm not going back to say that you bring the dowry I paid, not allowed, I paid to your child. We are saying that if we split up, sell those things, give me half back and I move on. Please get me well. And another thing I'm trying to tell you is that it provides room for compensation of money lost by the man during sharing of property. In most cases, this husband of yours is going to take care of you, he's going to give you many things, and after all, just because you know that the dowry he gave to you is going to benefit your parents' house and home, they make their things more beautiful. Our dear judge, negators, affirmers, we rest our case.
I begin my speech in 3, 2, 1, panel. We still do not get whether these people want to reclaim dowry or matrimonial property. Now, the first speaker comes and tells us that for them, they are depriving 50% of the dowry. They come and define dowry as the money or property a groom gives to the bride's family. But then, the second speaker comes and explains to us clearly that for them now, they are sharing, or maybe the lady is giving part of what they have shared, part of the matrimonial property. We still are not clear in your policy. Are you sharing matrimonial property or dowry? We think that if you're continuing to say you're sharing dowry, you're not being effective. We think that sharing dowry is more problematic, and look at the loopholes that are in sharing dowry, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Men are likely to even take advantage of the policy simply because they know they have that chance and they are allowed. So a man can even lead to the divorce or breakup of a marriage for him looking at a goal of going back for the 60% of the dowry that he got. Another possibility is that now this looks like we are objectifying women, making it something like maybe a transition of material. I give you dowry, you give me your lady. If maybe I no longer want your girl or daughter, I'm taking your daughter back and you're giving me 50% of what I gave you. That is kind of objectifying ladies, something we believe now it is not up, it is stepping on the rights of the female gender, ladies and gentlemen. They come and tell us that for them they think by doing this, they come and tell us that for them they want to use Ministry of Internal Affairs, religious leaders, and finance. But then, in their policy, since this is implementing something and making it legal, we think that this needs something like tampering with the Constitution. And in the bodies they use, nobody is responsible. Nobody is responsible for tampering with the Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. Not even Ministry of Finance, not even Internal Affairs, or even maybe the religious leaders. If maybe you could tell us that for you, maybe you're using maybe the judiciary, that would be effective. There is no workability and effectiveness. We think that this might not be possible with using these particular ministries. Now, they come and tell us and give us a status quo from their first speaker that this thing has not been in place. Therefore, the second speaker comes and continues to lie to us of the article, but then we think they are not coherent. The first speaker tells us it is not in place. This one tells us that maybe there was an article that allows them. No matter what they come and lie to the House, we think that this thing has not been in place, and its workability or effectiveness or implementation might not be possible. Now, they come and tell us that for them, they think that by doing this, they will solve, or they will have maybe divorce being much easier. But then we look at kind of a divorce where maybe you are allowing men and you're bringing a possibility of men themselves jeering the divorce because they know there is an advantage at the end of the day. We ask them whether they believe in depreciation of property. We point to them at a world of a possibility when people have married themselves for 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 years, I do not know whom actually you're going to ask a dowry. There's a possibility of the parents of the bride to have died. Okay, we come and tell them that actually something about this dowry, when it is paid to the family of the bride, this dowry is shared among some relatives, maybe paternal uncles and aunties dead. We do not know clearly because they do not explain to us to which person exactly are you going to deprive dowry from. If you give 5 cows, maybe they were shared among five particular people, and now if you tell us that for you are going straight forward to deprive dowry, we do not know exactly to who. Like we are questioning the workability of their policy. They are not telling us how much more. Okay, they are not telling us how are they going to deal with these problems that may come up. These problems like more violence, more domestic violence, or even these men taking advantage of the policy. And sometimes you find even a marriage is breaking at a husband's fault. He's accusing a lady. He's maybe cheering the divorce simply because he wants to have himself get back the dowry, or maybe he has gotten some other lady to marry. So he thinks that now breaking up and going to get other dowry, this dowry is a better option. These people are not being clear on what exactly they want to share. Now, they tell us that for them it is a kind of a compensation. But then, what are we compensating? The motion is stating clearly that for them it is a legal framework that allows them to reclaim dowry, not matrimonial property. Now, we bring us an option and an alternative where we think currently we have been having, even by the law, these people when they break up, they share the matrimonial property. That is something that we are bringing on table. Suppose we continue with this because this has not been problematic at all. It has created more fairness than their policy that is maybe bringing the whole case and attributing the whole kind of marriage breakages to only one gender, and that is a female. And you think that maybe you want to make an assumption. These people are actually continuing to make an assumption that when people break up, every time people break up, a man takes care of the children. But I want to inform us that there are possibilities where people break up and even a man is not even taking care of the children at all. So in cases where you think you want to deprive dowry and make an assumption that a man has the obligation to take care of the children, it might not work in today's debate. Come and show us the effectiveness of you people using Ministry of Finance and implementing the law. That unless you explain to us the workability and how you are catering for the loopholes in your case, we stand to lose the debate. I rest my case.
The panel of judges, team negators, my fellow affirmers, and the August House, I greet you all. I'm the third speaker from the affirmative side, and before anything else, I don't know the panel, I don't know that these people were actually listening to us very clearly. You people, you're asking us that that our policy is not justifiable, that we are not going to justify our policy. You're also telling us that it is that we've not given you our capability, how it is going to become workable. By the panel of judges, I'm here to tell you that our first speaker came here and explained to you very well that we as the government, first of all, we are the government, so no one is going to come against us. So we as the government, we come up with this policy, and when you check on Article 26, it says that nothing is going to come up with the government if it has decided to come up with a policy. So if I don't know why you're not getting us, we are like, our policy is workable, it is justifiable, and we can actually support it. Because we are the government, we are the one who works with the Ministry of Finance, we are the one who works with the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Then you also say that you're also confused about the matrimonial property and the dowry. But you people, our first speaker, explained it to you very well. I don't know whether you are listening, so please you make use of your ears. She said that our policy is going to make sure, of course, after they share the matrimonial property, yes, of the property that the husband and the wife have been working for. So now our first speaker comes here and tells you clearly that in case, like you might find when the bride doesn't have money, as you said, as the affirmative said, the negative, you said that maybe my friend and the bride's parents died or what not. So for us, we are here. the percentage of men whom the divorce happens, then after divorce, they don't even come up to take care of their children. Those cases are very low compared to these cases where a man has to take care of the children, because it is also in the constitution of Uganda. So now we at the team affirmative side, we at the team government, we say that the man should reclaim for half dowry. That either let that dowry compensate, because after all he's the one who is going to take care of the children. So now let us compensate. That dowry is going to help him either take care of the children. Then you also say that it is going to bring embarrassment to women when they go back to their, it is going to bring embarrassment. It is also going to bring chaos for the woman's family. But then what about men? You should also care about men, because there is no way that right now I'm going to go back home and I tell my parents that you people, I was fed up. I totally failed to take care of the woman. Because there's no way he's going to tell the parents that we have divorced. It is also going to embarrass him. So you should consider both men and both women, because if the half dowry is not going to be paid, this woman is also going to reach there and will be like, you know what? He gave us the dowry. He gave us that token of appreciation you're saying. But then I came from there. Our parents benefited so much. So there is nothing the woman has also lost. But then we are bringing up this gender equality. Also, the panel of judges also clashed on gender equality. But then the way we are bringing it here, that let everyone take half-half. Let everyone take 50-50. Yes, we know that this woman is also going to suffer from there, is also going to suffer from embarrassment, but then also the man is going to suffer from embarrassment. So we say, let them share 50-50. If let's say the man took the amount of money or what not, let them share it 50-50. Then actually you also told us that you also say that there is a possibility of the bride's parents to have died, but I think I brought it clearly to you and now you really understand it, so there is no way of you're not going to come back here and contradict us. So the panel of judges, I believe that you have really given relevant information. These people, that they are coming here and they are just trying to rebut our thing. They are not giving us their policies. They are not giving us their work. They are not giving us everything. So you people, if you feel like that this resolution of the day, that men should not reclaim dowry, you tell us, you at least try to conform to us. We also want to know. Don't just come here and trash without giving us your point. At the panel of judges, I believe we have given the relevant information, and we are the team affirmative. We are never prone to correct the long side to come to our side. So we rest.
Dear judge, we as team negators still come to a point where we actually differentiating what has been negated and what is being affirmed at the judge. So in this case, the team affirmers come with clear bearers from their first speech that actually going to share the dowry at the judge. But the speech changes when it comes to the second and the third, where they're actually coming up with an idea of sharing matrimonial property at the judge. So that's the first point of contradiction in their entire debate at the judge. So